Greetings, fellow YouTubers. Welcome to the third edition of Computer Game Reviews. Well, what can I say? It's been quite a productive day. I mean, this is the third one I've actually shot today in a matter of about half an hour. So I'll move along with a third game, and then I'll upload these three and think of a few more. And I'm not really thinking to any sort of script. It's all spur of the moment. So let's get into it. The third game I'd like to review is Diablo. Just the first two games plus the Lord of Destruction expansion pack, which I haven't actually played, but I've seen people play. So we'll do two games in this one video. I don't know how I'm going to get around to this. Probably going to have to talk less about each one and just sort of what about named as the same. Well, I probably shouldn't have said that. The whole Diablo fan community is going to hate me for saying that. But yeah. So Diablo is and Diablo 2 are an RPG game. It's a role-playing game. Created by Blizzard. That's the other thing I missed out in the old videos. Got who fucking made them and what type of games they were. But I'll write that in the fucking comments. We'll do down here now, won't we? Fucking YouTube. Yeah, so Diablo and Diablo 2 are role-playing games created by Blizzard, in which you pick a character and go off on the hunt to kill some demons. Now in Diablo 1 you have to get into the cathedral, you have quite a few different missions, and eventually the last mission is to get right down into hell, which is apparently 16 I think levels below ground, and defeat Diablo himself. That's me! No, it's not, but yeah. The whole thing is quite random. That dungeon generation is random, enemies are random, weapon drops are random, loot drops are random, everything's random in the game. So that gives you a ton of replayability. Plus in Diablo 1 you can pick from 3 character classes, which gives you a hell of a lot more replayability, gives you a different aspect on the game. And the mission generations are actually random as well. So the whole thing is just, I don't know how they've made it so it just fits onto one disc. I mean, it's such a because there's so many variables in the game, really, isn't there, that have all been written in. So this is obviously quite a big game, and it's got quite a lot of replayability. And Diablo 2 is sort of the same with replayability, but you get 5 character classes, and in Lord of Destruction expansion pack you get 2 extra ones, plus an extra thing called charms, which you can pick up, and a few other things that you also get written in, and a whole extra level, which sort of adds on to the end and lets you finally hunt down the Lord of Destruction. And that's the other thing, there's not one enemy in this one, there's 3. There's Diablo himself, yet again, he's back. His brother Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred. Sorry, I just forgot that for a second. And Baal, the Lord of Destruction. So the Lord of Destruction expansion pack basically sets you up against Baal. You have to eventually track him down and kill him. Or kill it. It's a demon, isn't it? And yeah, so that's got certain replayability, and the whole town setup. At the end, there's 4 different entrances you can add to the town, and map generation is random again. Caves are random. There's random chests and things that pop up. Enemies are random. Weapon drops are random. Everything's random. So that's also a big game, and I think that's actually got 2 or 3 discs, because it's quite a bigger game. Then you've got the expansion pack, which is a couple more. So yeah, that's got a hell of a lot of replayability. And the aim of that one is to go out into the wilderness instead of going into a cathedral. And basically explore, do a bunch of missions, whether it be clearing a cave, killing a certain person, just like basically any sort of random mission. And the missions are actually set. There's a set 6 missions for each level, except the 4th level, which only has about 3, I think. And they've extra added a thing called waypoints. In certain wildernesses and things, you'll have a waypoint that you can access. So you don't have to keep using town portals and stuff. But, once you play the game, you know what I mean, with town portals and everything. And I think there's an update to skill trees and stuff, and slightly extra things that you can do. There's no spell books anymore. All these random little changes that they're making to the games. But basically the idea is the same. You pick your character class, you run out, hack the shit out of people. Or zombies or whatever. And so all these different aspects of the game, you're wondering, is there a multiplayer section? Yes, there is. There's a massive multiplayer section. You can have hundreds of people join a map you create, or you can join a map, multiplayer, or via like local area network or stuff. To be on multiplayer, you need an account, which I think is free. I think I started mine up free. I'm on there myself, and I still play the game. So I think that gives you a bit extra playability, doesn't it? Because you get to go on there more, and you play with different people. Like you might want to get a group together, all barbarians or something. Or you might just want to mix it up. So that gives you tons of replayability, and they've got this whole chat series and stuff in there, so you can chat with people. So you actually can just sit there talking to other players about how to kill a certain person, or where a certain thing is on the map, or whatever. And quite a lot of people actually go on to the chat thing to actually ask other people to help them complete certain objectives, and people will actually do that. So, yeah, because you're all just trying to complete the game, aren't you? Really. So there's a hell of a lot of playability on the whole thing. So, I've actually finished this up earlier than I thought I would, but now I've got to rate them. Rate each game separately, because they might be the same format, but they're basically two completely different games, but they're also both the same, which is the weird thing. So graphics, the graphics on Diablo 1 were quite rubbish, but for its time, it can't quite compete with other games of its time, but so I'd sort of give it a 3. Sound effects and music, quite creepy, and the animal effects on that are quite cool. So, creature effects. So that's a 4, maybe possibly bridging on a 5, and I've got to hurry this up. Replayability, obviously that's a 5, because you can just replay it so many different times, so many different ways, with so many different characters, and you've got the internet thing. And so overall, it's obviously got to have a 5, really. And so Diablo 2, I missed controls, Controls are quite easy, that's a 5. So overall a 5. So Diablo 2, graphics, for its time, were actually quite good and were better than the other graphics of the older game. And compared to other games in the same time of being made, Diablo 2 was really up there with the rest of the RPG games and everything. So that's a 4. Some things could have been improved, really. Sound effects and music, well, they were just brilliant. I mean, there's like the creepy music and everything, and it's kept the same sort of creepy feel of the original game and everything. So that's definitely a 5. It's moved up, I think, from the old one. Replayability, there's a hell of a lot more replayability than the original Diablo, and got bigger multiplayer thing and everything. So that's a 5. Overall, it's a 5, but it sounds pretty weak, really, to have a 5 out of 5, doesn't it? Compared to the last game, which also got a 5. So we'll give it a 5 and a star. just a star, throw a star in there. Because just, if you play Diablo 1, when you buy Diablo 2, you'll find it so much better. Whereas if you've had Diablo 2 and then you get Diablo 1, like I did, you think, this game's shit compared to the other one. Well, it would be, wouldn't it? It's like 5 years earlier or something. So yeah, thinking about it. So overall, yeah, 5 at the start. So that was basically the 2 games got 5 out of 5, didn't they, really? And I've been saying that quite a bit, so yeah. But I'm going to sign off now. And until the next game walkthrough, see you later, and keep on gaming.